When we talk about the things that I don't really buy, it just comes so easy for me not to buy these things is because it's a built-in personality. Because my personality is more of like non-materialistic type, simple, practical, and all these things, it just comes natural to me. Not buying these things, it just comes so easy for me not to get tempted. Or if I have bought these things before, maybe because I was just experimenting and curious how it feels like to have it. But normally I don't really buy these things. I have always been this way. There's some people who likes to be around with me because they said, I just want to be influenced by how you are so simple and you only need less. I'm not stingy. I think it's because growing up being poor, it just becomes, I just become so accustomed of not having too much. So it becomes part of who I am with that kind of experience. These are the things that I don't really buy, or if I have bought it before, it was just out of experiment and how it feels like. So number one is makeup. I've never bought makeup in my life. As much as I love makeup during my wedding, I mean, everyone compliment me on how I look good on my wedding because of the makeup. And I have to give it credit to my aunt. She did the makeup on me on my wedding day, and I was so impressed of how I looked like, and I loved it. And I would never say that I don't like makeups. I like makeups and appreciate how it enhances beauty. But having makeup, me initiating to have it, it's not something that I would want it. But if someone would offer to do makeup, I would, as a gift, I would, appreciate that. Makeup is one thing that I never bought, and it's something that I would not strive to die for or anything. But this is just from a personal experience, personal perspective. It's not something that I want. But if there's anything that I use in a regular basis, and that is only a lip moisturizer. And this is the kind of lip moisturizer I use on a day-to-day basis. I use this is because I have problems with my lips. The lip moisturizer allows me to moisturize my lips because I had dry skin, and I'm not into lipstick because over several years I've been trying to use lipstick and it has a bad effect on my skin. So now I just try to go something more simpler, it's more healthier to just use lip moisturizer. And if you guys notice me in my previous videos and even in all videos that I've made in this channel, I've never wear any makeups. It's because that's just a reflection of my personality that I don't really wear makeups. But if someone is generous to do that for myself, I would, that would be really awesome. The second thing that I don't really buy, and I can't remember if I have bought any bags. So I can't really remember anything that I bought before, any bags. So bags is something that I don't really buy. Since I came here in United States, a lot of people just they have secondhand bags and they don't want it anymore, and those are the kind of bags that I use for work or wherever I go. But most of the time on my regular days, I just wear a sling bag. That sling bag that I use to go to work every day, actually my friend Ashley, she gave that to me for, I think that was Christmas present like over a year ago. So I don't really buy bags, and I don't wear bags in the store like something like a girly type of bag. Is because my personality is a little bit boyish. So I want something that is more practical and easy to use, that does not require a lot of effort. The next one that I don't really buy are sandals, especially those high heels. I just can't imagine myself wearing high heels. It's not comfortable, and I've tried that before on special occasion like graduation day. It's just not comfortable, and what I did, I knew that it's not going to be comfortable for me and I would never feel comfortable about it. I brought an extra footwear with me while I was wearing that one, because when I start getting tired of using it, then I can just switch into something different. So that's what I always do when I feel like I have to wear those kind of footwear on special occasion, but I don't really buy them, not unless if it's a necessity. For example, during my job interviews, when I was looking for a job, like I mentioned in my previous video, I was looking for office jobs, or corporate jobs. I was really, intentionally buying, a little bit of like maybe a 2 inches of high heel shoes. So that'll make me look more presentable on the interview day. So I bought that one, but I wind up not really using it, and I wind up using a flat shoes, like a doll shoes, because it's just something that I can't imagine to wear. But I was just forcing myself that maybe I get used to it, maybe I can, it's just for a one day occasion, just for an interview, but I wind up not using it. So it's like it's a waste of money. That was the only instance that I bought a high heels, because I'm more simple. I'm more comfortable on a regular basis. I wear flip-flops, tennis shoes. If you've seen me in my previous videos, I wear flip-flops and tennis shoes, and those are my comfort. The next one that I don't really buy is swimwear. This one is deeply personal, and it has nothing to do with you. This is just my personal opinion, my personal perspective, because I'm a person with belief, and I try to practice what I believe. I don't condone people who wear swimwear. I don't have any opinion with those people. I can only have opinion about myself, and I'm entitled, but I'm speaking in behalf of myself. Like wearing swimwear, I feel like it diminished the amount of respect I have for myself, because when I feel like I have this notion that when I go in the public, of course the beach, and wearing swimwear, like for example just a swimsuit, like a bras and your underwear, especially for men are visually attracted. I think not just for men but for women too, and I think people in general are visually attracted, but let's just say for men, the opposite sex, men, they tend to look at you. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but maybe this may not be the case, but I feel like I have this notion in my head that I feel like when men look at me, they're gonna have lust on looking at my body. So I feel like with that kind of notion in my head, I feel like I'm diminishing the amount of respect, and you can't really control how people will react towards you or how people can see you. You can only control by limiting the amount of information, or limiting the way how you present yourself in the public. The only way how you can do that is just to dress decently. I try to practice what I believe in. This is just my personal opinion, so it has nothing to do with you, and it's just for me. And I have always been this kind of person. Even before teenager, I was never comfortable about wearing swimwear, and I think it's because when you grow up in Philippines is a very conservative society, but now I can see a lot of Filipino women are comfortable of wearing swimwear. I'm an old-fashioned type of person, so I'm not very comfortable wearing swimwear. So the last time I wear swimwear was when we went to Florida. I had to cover my body. I want to feel like I'm at the beach, but at the same time I cannot wear those provocative clothes. So I have to wear something that covers my body. The furthest I could go when it comes to beach clothing is shorts and sleeveless. The next one is jewelry. Jewelry is not something that I want, and if I want it, if I have excess money, I will buy jewelry for investment. But for right now, I've never been really wanting a jewelry. If I don't get to use it in a day-to-day basis, I don't want it. So that's just my principle when it comes to spending. I don't want to buy things that I don't really use in a day-to-day basis. Just comes easy for me not to buy impulsive purchases. And part of another thing is that I'm a ticklish person, so I don't want anything that's laying over my body, on my neck, on my hands, or anything. I can just, move here and move there and then pull off or whatever is in my body. So, I mean, that'll cause some type of accident. So that's part of it too. But overall, I'm just a practical person. I don't use jewelry in a day-to-day basis. So, I mean, it's not practical for me. So that's one of the major reasons why I don't want jewelry. The next one is property. I've never bought any property my whole life. There's so many factors why I don't want to buy a property, maybe in the future, but for right now, it does not really come into my mind. One is having a property takes a lot of responsibility, and having that kind of responsibility, it requires so much energy, and you feel like sometimes you don't have peace of mind just thinking of how you're going to be able to take care of that, to maintain that. It depends on what kind of property you're going to buy. So if there's any property that I want to buy in the future, I just want to buy a small house for me and my husband and live somewhere in the countryside, like live a simple life, something like that. But other than that, I don't have any plan of buying property in the future. When you have a lot of responsibility, you don't have peace of mind. And when you don't have peace of mind, you're not happy. Having property, I know it's a good investment for long term, but someone else may benefit that instead of you. I just can't imagine myself it's just the responsibility is too much. And another thing is I have, that kind of verse in the Bible that let me find no storehouses. So, I don't want to, you store a lot of, material wealth in this world. Having cash, your current assets is more important to build first than having properties, because in the business, for example, the most important assets in the business is your recurring cash, like something that a cash flow that you use in a day-to-day basis. So if you have property but your cash is low, so that makes no sense. So I think it's more important to build a strong cash instead of buying property, because property is it's a long term. So you don't know if you would benefit in the future. What if you die early, or not unless if you intended to buy that for your children. But for me, I don't have kids. I don't know if I'm gonna have kids. Hopefully I will, but only God knows. So it's something that but I keep my options open. But for right now, it's not something that I'd be dying to have. So these are the things that I don't really buy, and I'm really thankful that I'm very disciplined when it comes to money, and it just comes natural to me. A combination of being practical that just comes with my personality of who I am, and also with my belief as a Christian, because I'm a person of belief, and I really try my best to practice what I believe. So whenever I learn something, I try to put that in my heart so it'll be easy to practice. And I'm just so thankful that being practical comes in my personality, because budgeting money is difficult, and money is the most tempting thing. I don't really buy things a lot. I only have less things, and being minimalist just comes natural to me. So it just comes easy to allocate money on which thing that I'm gonna pay for right now and next month, is because I don't spend a lot of money. I'm not a spender. I'm more of like a saver. My husband, he's a spender, so there comes a balance on each side. So let me know, guys, what are the things you don't buy, and if you have any suggestions related videos when it comes to this, comment down below. And thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye.